What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay Wilder and Luis King Kong Ortiz. Like I promised you guys, once I found out what the fight purse or the fight purses would be, I will let you guys know, and I'm informing you now. So hang on to your seats, people. This is what we have, okay? Both Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz are getting more money for their rematch than they did in their first bout last year. But not by much. According to the Nevada State Commission via Kevin Eel, Wilder's purse for Saturday night's fight is $3 million, while Ortiz will earn $1.5 million for his upcoming work in the Fox pay-per-view main event. In their first meeting, Wilder officially earned $2.1 million for Ortiz, bringing in reported earnings for $500,000. Better be more to this. Okay, if you're wondering why those purses seem so low for bona fide heavyweight stars, don't fear. Both men likely will make more money when the pay-per-view receipts are tallied. And it's certainly possible Wilder, who is a negative 600 betting favorite while Ortiz is a plus 450 underdog, has a large guarantee for additional millions, if not tens of millions, from premier boxing champions. Especially considering Wilder turning down a 4-fight, $120 million deal with DAZN that would have seen him face Anthony Joshua. This was before Joshua lost the belts to Andy Ruiz Jr. It's clear that the PBC would have to promise him big-time money to convince him not to accept DAZN's terms. Of course, they mentioned Leonard Ellerbe congratulating Deontay Wilder, for not taking the DAZN deal. We went through that. We've counterpunched that already. And they're giving you an example. He had a $4 million guarantee to fight Tyson Fury, but estimated to actually earn about $14 million in his first knockout win versus Dominic Breazeale. Wilder reportedly made $20 million. Now, reportedly made $20 million versus actually making $20 million, I don't know. Because this is the first time I ever heard him making $20 million, because for that, I don't think that was all for Dominic Breazeale. And as a matter of fact, it wasn't for $20 million. He didn't get that for fighting Dominic Breazeale. He got about half that. Now, he made probably about 20 for not signing with DAZN. So they gave him probably a bonus or something for not leaving networks and staying with Showtime. But what did Showtime turn around and do? They dropped this and they left it to the hands of Fox PBC. Now, those are significantly low, and my thing is, this is what sucks. Everyone's talking about Wilder and what Wilder will get, and that automatically leaves Luis Ortiz in the cold. If you notice, if you pay attention to what they're saying, to make more money, and it's certainly possible for Wilder, who is a negative $600 betting favorite, while Ortiz is a plus 450 underdog, has a large guarantee for additional millions, if not tens of millions. See, this is the problem with this. For one, Wilder's making $900,000 more than he made in the first fight. And that wasn't even pay-per-view. That was on Showtime. Ortiz, yes, he's getting $1 million more, which I guess depends on his lifestyle and his kids demands or needs or whatever. I mean, that's good, but it's really not, because this is how I'm looking at it. They have the potential to make millions. If the shit flops, they don't have to worry about coming off their pocket or coming out of their pockets, PBC or Fox, to spend a huge amount of money. We've already reported that the ticket sales are piss poor, and they're already giving fucking tickets away. So how can they make more money? Well, hopefully that people buy it. That's the only, the gate was piss poor, right? But when you factor in the pay-per-view potential, See, that's how pay-per-view works. They have to make a certain amount. So that tells us thus far that the $7 million that Ortiz was guaranteed is bullshit. We know it's bullshit now because Wilder's only getting $3 million. Look, they're talking about what Wilder made in the Fury fight. He made possibly 14 million. Possibly. We don't know if he made 14 million. You know what I mean? Because what people don't understand, you have to factor in the fact that whatever they get from the pay-per-view revenue goes in the same cycle of deductions from the same people that take it from the fight purse. The networks, the trainers, the managers, you know what I mean? The promoters, they have to take their cut. So Deontay Wilder, if he made 14 million, he ain't walk away with 14 million. And then that's the Fury fight. We don't know how much he made. And it's crazy because Leonard Ellerbe is congratulating him for turning down $50 million for 2 times. $50 million times 2. That's $100 million. You still can't, with that salary, you cannot compete with that salary. I'm sorry, you can't. With pay-per-view being the way it is, do you know probably 2 or 3 out of 5 people in the U.S. alone has a Fire Stick? I do not. But a lot of people have Fire Stick. They don't even have regular television anymore. So you think that they're going to pay for a pay-per-view event like that? No. They might have to pay extra going into a bar that's if like a bar picks it up. And they'll make their money from people coming in. Hey, this is $10 or $12 or whatever to see this fight because it's a fight on the night. They either pay or they walk away, right? But that's the hustle of the person that bought it. Those are bundle deals. So, they make money like that. But this is very disappointing, man, because if anything, there should have at least have a guarantee. Fuck the networks. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the networks. The networks aren't the people that's going in there and putting their life on the line. You see what I'm saying? They're the people that got the money that don't want to fork over the money and depend on the people to give the money back to the fighters. That's how they're going to make their money. That's what I hate. That's almost like going to a job where you're making $3 an hour and, oh man, you'll get the rest in tips. Well, if you don't have the clientele or the amount of people, the cover of the people that's coming in the restaurant, you're not going to make shit. Now if you increase that, like let's say they gave you $10 an hour and then they say, man, you can make the rest with tips or whatever. And then no one showed up. Well, at least you're making $10 an hour for your time spending being there. The same goes for this. If they really wanted to honor these guys, Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz, I could give a shit about Wilder because Luis Ortiz wasn't offered $50 million to fight Joshua, okay? But Wilder was. So I'm not really concerned with Wilder. He made a stupid-ass decision, in my opinion. He made a dumb-ass decision, and it was dumb, it was stupid, and it was prideful. But I'm really concerned with Luis Ortiz. The guy's older, he forfeited a fight with Joshua for $6 or $7 million. He could have been where Andy Ruiz is today, people. That's what people don't understand. Oh, he can make some money. I'm hoping that people buy the pay-per-view. Okay, I'm hoping that they do because Luis Ortiz has to get paid. And I hope Luis Ortiz knocks his ass out. But that's hope, okay? I'm in hopes of that happening. But logically, will that happen with everything that's going on? With the people that illegally streamed the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 1 fight? Do you think they're really, and nobody's asking for this fucking fight? Shit, that fight had buildup. That fight had 2 undefeated people. This fight don't. This fight is a rerun of what happened last year. This is real talk. So you to give my man $1.5 million. Don't get me wrong. If I got a check for $1.5 million, I'll be doing cartwheels around this motherfucker. However, if I was offered a deal for $6 or $7 million from another fighter, and then someone says, hey, we're going to give you 1.5, but you can potentially make more on the pay-per-view on the back end. Don't worry about it. I'll be kind of like, I don't know, man, because if nobody really buys this shit, I'm looking at 1.5. For all my hard work and effort, and that shit ain't gonna go into his pocket. He might walk away with $750,000. That's if nobody buys it. Okay, so again, what happened to the 10 million? What happened to the 7 million for Ortiz? If they wanted to respect this man, they would have $7 million. If Deontay Wilder wanted to really respect himself and he didn't want to get screwed, no, you motherfuckers got to guarantee me at least 10. So that shows you, this shows you something. Deontay Wilder's star power and the face of boxing and all this shit. Do you understand that it has not changed? It hasn't elevated any. Because if it elevated, and I was hoping that, okay, well, at least all this talk and this, that, and the other, that at least they have guaranteed him more money. Do you think, look at Floyd Mayweather. Do you think fucking Floyd Mayweather, they told him they will give you $3 million? No, that's what his opponents get. His opponents get $3 million. Maidana got $3 million for fighting Floyd. This is the champion. This is the heavyweight champion. Dude, his 10th fucking title defense. And they're giving his ass $3 million. That's the same amount of money they gave him for fucking for Fury. What the hell? What is this? What are we really talking about? I mean, it hasn't changed, has it? So we're going to give you the same amount of money, Deontay, just for being on pay-per-view. This tells me that... Now, here's the thing. They shouldn't want it on pay-per-view if it took them fucking them like that. If they could guarantee Ortiz 3 or 4 and guarantee Wilder 8 or 9 or 10, that would be better than put it on regular Showtime. That would be better than the shit they're doing now. But they're not going to do that because those networks are fucking cheap. They got the money, but they're not gonna fork over that type of money just to air an event. And I see what's going on with this, and it makes me sick. This shit makes me sick. You giving this man, he gets $3 million, which his fight purse hasn't even changed. And you do give $1 million more to Ortiz, but the man passed up an opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua, and Joshua ended up getting beat. What the hell, man? This is what I don't understand. And people, and you got these channels that'll sit here and they honor this shit. Yeah, he's the face of boxing. He's going to make. Dude, you motherfuckers are paid to say that. Stop. You know what I mean? You're either paid to say that, or if you say something that makes sense, that you're worried about the fucking interviews that you will get or won't get from those fighters. Fuck the interviews, because this doesn't make sense. I don't care how much that you propaganda and try to throw this shit in it up and he's the face of boxing. He hasn't had a career increase. His salary hasn't raised since this time last year. Damn near. December 1st or 2nd, or whenever he fought Fury, he got $3 million. He's getting the same amount this year. The only person that had an increase is $1 million for Ortiz. Good for him for that. I hope he likes that, and I hope it does well. But then again, if it doesn't, they're both fucked. But it shows you Deontay Wilder made a bad decision. And so did Ortiz. That's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think. I'll leave the link below in the description that tells you all this shite. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.